What if I told you that the reason you're bored isn't because there's nothing to do? It's because your brain has forgotten how to enjoy doing anything. Think about it. You wake up. Before your feet even touch the floor, you're already checking your phone. A few minutes on Instagram, a quick scroll through TikTok, maybe a YouTube short or two. You answer a couple of messages, switch to Spotify, check your email, then somehow end up on Netflix, staring at hundreds of movies that all look equally uninteresting. So you close Netflix, open Instagram again, scroll for another 10 minutes, and somehow you're bored. How is that even possible? Never in human history have we had so much entertainment available at our fingertips. Millions of videos, endless music, unlimited games, entire libraries of knowledge. More content is uploaded to the internet in a single day than one person could consume in several lifetimes. Yet boredom has become one of the most common feelings people experience. It's a strange contradiction. We've built a world designed to keep us entertained every second of the day, but somehow we've never felt less entertained. So what's happening? Has the world become boring? Or has something changed inside us? The answer is far more unsettling than most people realize. Because boredom isn't just an emotion. It's a warning, a signal. And if you've been feeling bored more often lately, your brain might be trying to tell you something you've been unknowingly ignoring for years. Imagine taking someone from just 200 years ago and bringing them into the present. You hand them a smartphone. Within seconds, they can watch a documentary filmed on the other side of the world, listen to any song ever recorded, order food from dozens of restaurants, talk to someone across the planet, or watch thousands of movies without leaving the couch. To them, it would feel like magic. They'd probably never be bored again. At least, that's what we'd assume. But here's the strange part. Many of us have exactly that kind of access every single day, and we still complain that life feels dull. Not because we have less stimulation, because we've become surrounded by too much of it. For thousands of years, the human brain evolved in a world where moments of excitement were rare. Finding food was exciting. Discovering a new place was exciting. Meeting new people was exciting. Novel experiences didn't happen every few seconds. They happened occasionally, which made them valuable. Today, novelty is everywhere. Every swipe reveals a new face. Every refresh shows a new story. Every notification promises something different. Your brain is constantly being introduced to something new. At first, that sounds amazing. But your brain doesn't experience endless novelty the way you think it does. In fact, it begins to adapt. And that's where the real problem starts. There's a common myth that dopamine is the chemical that makes you feel happy. But neuroscientists have learned that dopamine isn't really about pleasure. It's about anticipation. It's the feeling that whispers, maybe the next thing will be even better. Every notification, every swipe, every recommended video, every like, every new piece of content. Each one gives your brain a tiny burst of anticipation, not enough to satisfy you, just enough to make you keep looking. And that's exactly why you can spend an hour scrolling without remembering a single thing you watched. Because your brain wasn't chasing satisfaction, it was chasing the possibility that the next swipe might finally be worth it. Without realizing it, you've trained your brain to expect something new every few seconds. And once that happens, normal life begins to lose its color. If your brain is constantly waiting for the next exciting thing, what happens when there isn't one? Think about the last time you stood in a line without pulling out your phone, or sat in a waiting room with nothing to do, or even watched a movie without checking your notifications. For many people, those moments feel almost unbearable. Not because they're difficult, but because they're quiet.
And that's exactly what our brains have become uncomfortable with. Every time you switch between apps, skip a video after 5 seconds, or refresh your feed hoping to find something more interesting, you're teaching your brain a simple lesson. If this isn't instantly rewarding, move on. At first, it seems harmless, but over time, that habit doesn't stay inside your phone. It follows you into the rest of your life. Reading a book starts to feel slow. Working on an important project becomes frustrating. Conversations become harder to stay present in. Even hobbies you once loved begin to feel less exciting. Not because they've changed, but because your brain has been conditioned to expect constant novelty. Psychologists sometimes describe attention like a muscle. The more you train it to jump from one thing to another, the harder it becomes to stay focused on a single task. And today's digital world is incredibly good at training that habit. Social media platforms don't compete for your money. They compete for your attention. Every recommendation, every autoplay video, every notification is carefully designed to answer one question. How do we keep this person here for just one more minute? Individually, those moments seem insignificant, but together, they slowly reshape how your brain responds to everyday life. The result? Normal experiences begin to feel ordinary. Not because they actually are, but because they're competing against an endless stream of perfectly optimized stimulation. And here's the irony. The more stimulation you consume, the less stimulating life begins to feel. Now here's where the story takes an unexpected turn. We've been treating boredom like it's a problem to solve. But what if boredom isn't the enemy at all? What if it's actually one of the most important signals your brain can send you? For most of human history, boredom wasn't something people tried to escape. It served a purpose. Imagine our ancestors sitting around after the day's work was done. There were no phones, no streaming services, no endless notifications demanding attention. There was space to think, to reflect, to imagine, to wonder. Those quiet moments weren't wasted time. They were often where new ideas were born. Many psychologists believe boredom acts as a mental reset. It nudges us to explore, create, solve problems, and search for meaning. In other words, boredom isn't your brain shutting down. It's your brain looking for something that truly matters. The problem is that today, we rarely give it that chance. The moment even a hint of boredom appears, we reach for our phones. We don't sit with the feeling. We erase it, again and again and again. Without realizing it, we've interrupted one of the mind's oldest and most important processes. Maybe boredom was never trying to make you miserable. Maybe it was trying to show you where your attention actually belongs.
So how do we know this isn't just a theory? Researchers once asked people to do something incredibly simple. Sit alone. No phone, no music, no distractions. Just their own thoughts. It sounds easy, but many participants found it surprisingly uncomfortable. Some became restless within minutes, and in one version of the study, several people even chose to give themselves a mild electric shock rather than sit quietly with their thoughts. Think about that. People preferred physical discomfort over mental stillness. Why? Because we've become so used to constant stimulation that silence now feels unfamiliar. But silence isn't empty. It's where your brain finally gets a chance to process, reflect, and create. Have you ever noticed that your best ideas often come in the shower, during a walk, or while staring out of a window? That's because your mind finally has room to think instead of constantly reacting. The irony is that the boredom we try so hard to escape may actually be the source of our creativity. The problem isn't technology.
It's when every quiet moment is instantly replaced with another scroll, another video, or another notification. Breaking the cycle doesn't require deleting your phone. It starts with small choices. The next time you're waiting in line, resist the urge to check your screen. Go for a short walk without headphones. Eat one meal without watching a video. At first, it'll feel uncomfortable, but that's your brain learning to enjoy stillness again. And over time, something remarkable happens. Books become engaging. Conversations become deeper. Work feels more meaningful. The world hasn't changed. Your attention has.
So maybe the real question isn't, why am I always bored? Maybe it's, what is my boredom trying to tell me? Boredom isn't your enemy. It's your brain asking for space to think, reflect, and create. But every time we fill that space with another scroll or another notification, we silence that signal. The good news? Your attention can be rebuilt. Spend a little less time chasing constant stimulation and a little more time simply being present. Because maybe the problem isn't that life has become boring. Maybe we've just forgotten how to experience it. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe to Bose Creates for more insights into the psychology behind everyday life. Thanks for watching.